sworn in the above entitled cause, do find our verdict upon the count submitted to us as follows. On count 1, the verdict is guilty. That's murder in the first degree. They did not consider the lesser included offenses. On count 2, murder in the first degree, the verdict is guilty, and the jury did not consider the lesser included offenses. On count 3, attempted murder in the first degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 4, the verdict, assault in the first degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 5, intimidation in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 6, intimidation in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 7, unlawful use of a weapon, the verdict is guilty. On count 8, menacing, the verdict is guilty. On count 9, intimidation in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 10, assault in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 11, unlawful use of a weapon, the verdict is guilty. And on count 12, menacing, the verdict is guilty. Is that an accurate reading of your verdict? Okay. So the law does allow us to poll the jury to ensure that it is a lawful verdict. And so what I will do is go through each count and ask you as a foreperson whether that was a unanimous verdict. If it was a non-unanimous verdict, then I will need to do an individual call. So on count 1, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 2, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On the count 3, attempted murder in the first degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 4, assault in the first degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 5, intimidation in the second degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 6, intimidation in the second degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 7, unlawful use of a weapon, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
And count 8, menacing, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
And count 9, intimidation in the second degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
Count 10, assault in the second degree, was that unanimous?
Yes, it was.
Count 11, unlawful use of a weapon.
Yes, it was.
And count 12, menacing.
Yes, it was.
And the jurors agreed that that was a unanimous verdict. Based on your verdict, actually that means that there's actually you have a little bit of more work to do. So this may come as a surprise to you. But in addition to having the right to have a jury make decisions on whether a person should be found not guilty or guilty, a defendant also has a constitutional right to have a jury make findings of fact on what we call sentence enhancement facts. So based on any of those facts that you find exist, those could potentially serve as a basis for an increase in the sentence that is imposed. Your jury instruction that you should not consider the sentence imposed, what sentence might be imposed if you did return a verdict of guilty, that remains true, but you do play an important role as a jury in determining what facts that I can use later on when I make the decision on what the sentence should be. So we will be having an additional hearing, and what I will do is consult with the attorneys regarding the scheduling of that hearing, and before releasing you today, we'll inform you of when you will be needed. You will not be needed past your current termination date of your service, which is February 28th. So we're looking at our hearings being next week, but I'll confirm with you exactly when that will be. So thank you very much for your service and dedication to the case. Mr. Linderholm will escort you to the jury